Yo, what's going on? This is your man Ryan Righteous, and this is the Independent Artist Spotlight. I am sitting down with a legend today, y'all. When I say legend, I mean a real official legend. I'm talking about a legend who's been Grammy nominated, who's been Dove Award nominated, who's been in the game since 2006, making hits for all of us in CHH. He's a pioneer. I got Eddy Puyol in the building today, y'all. So make sure y'all make some noise and stay for the full length interview. This is your man Ryan Righteous, and this is the Independent Artist Spotlight. Lego. Eddie,
What up,
what's going on?
man? Doing the thing, player. You already know.
Look, excited to talk to you just because, like I said, I'm sitting down with a legend. I don't get to sit down with many legends, so I'm excited to talk to you. How are you doing?
I'm great, man. South Florida heat with a little bit of breeze today, so it's a beautiful thing.
Now, shout out to you because you have, man, you've been a pioneer for all of us in
Mm.
Christian hip hop. I mean, all the way back to when we were calling it holy hip hop.
Straight
But
up.
but the thing that's so unique about you is that you have a unique sound and you've been credited for being like a blended sound of worship and gospel and reggaeton and funk all in one.
Man, it's part of how I was raised. I was raised on not just rap, but mom and dad listened to salsa and R&B and the
Yeah.
funk and the disco and all of the genres were playing in my house, even jazz. My pop
So,
used to rock smooth jazz on the way to work, man.
mhm.
Whatever he would take me with him or wherever he would just listen to smooth jazz. So it was one of those things I just learned how to enjoy so many different styles and the culture at large. But I'm a product of hip hop. I was born in '79, so was I. As far as when it collectively came to the mainstream world. And once I kind of got into that art, man, I fell in love with it. So I'm always striving to interweave my love, for hip hop into multiple styles.
Your Cuban roots, talk about those. Talk about how that was influential in your sound and also in like who you are as a person.
Yeah, definitely. Knowing that we are blessed to live in this country, United States of America, it's a beautiful thing because this is, the land of the free and home of the brave. Like it's so honoring for us as Cubans, now Cuban Americans, to live in this great state, great country, because when we left Cuba, we left without anything.
Mm,
And this country has afforded us a lifestyle that many people covet, and that just goes to show you the beautiful opportunity that everybody has, when they go through the right channels to get their visa or their actual official stamp to be a citizen of the United States of America, what you can be afforded, and what you can do and grow. So thankful that my parents took the journey to leave their country to come here. And
sure.
everything that they did has definitely sewed into my heart, hard work ethics, not giving up, no, don't count the chickens before they hatch, leave a place better than you found it, don't take things for granted, like so many of those things. So life emulates art, at least that's what I believe. So I strive to bring all those truths into my art.
That's good. That's good. I mean, it's got to be surreal for you, right? To like have come to this country, like you said, with nothing, right? And to have already been on broadcast television, in your early 30s and having already, had your songs played on ESPN and the openers for race car drivers and NFL football players. Like that is like the American dream realized, is it not?
Oh, 100. I mean, grateful. Like, how did that even happen? You know what I mean? Obviously, we're men of faith, so I always go like, man, I got to salute the one that gives us breath to breathe. So, definitely he's orchestrated a lot of stuff, but that's hard work paying off,
Mm,
and being persistent, not giving up, not allowing the doors to close. Early in my career, me talking about blending hip hop and worship together was like, what are you talking about? Like that doesn't exist. And I'm like, no, it can and it should and it will. So I just kind of showed the template, and I'm thankful that all that that we took back then, the bullet holes in the back, the closed doors in our face, the nose, didn't
Mhm.
deter me or sway me from giving up, but I kept on digging into them roots that have been
Mhm.
sowed in by my family, man, not to give up. If you believe in something, go after it, and we did. And now look at CHH. We're so blessed by a lot of these kids, man, that are just taking, up the mantle and running the race, that is set before them. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful to be able to pioneer something and watch the fruit of the labor and watch it grow.
Hmm. So you had God, you had the talent, and you had the sound. Let's talk about the journey with God. How did you come to know Jesus and have a personal relationship with him for yourself?
So it started back when I was 11, walking into a non-denominational church and seeing three dudes on stage rapping. And I looked at my mom saying, I want to do that. And she says, you want to do what? I said, I want to rap. She said, get out of here. So anyway, so she talked to the momager of the group, man, and my story started, right there. So
Wow.
when I was able to, dive in, that seed was planted. And I remember scribing in my Bible, man, I know that God has a plan for me and I will fulfill it. So no matter what happened in my life, the booby traps, the snares, the things that I fell into, got caught into, I never swayed from the faith as far
Mhm.
as believing in God. Now, walking out this life and living for Him was a different story. So
Yeah.
when He, gripped my heart back, tail end of '99, I got lit on fire again and been on the journey ever
Mhm.
since.
Okay, so tell me about that. What's been the biggest challenge for you in your walk so far?
Uh, Biggest challenge for me in my walk,
Mhm.
I would say it's often times where you have to be reminded, God, you got it.
Okay.
Because sometimes you can try to do things and make things work and you feel like you're being pushed and led in this certain direction and maybe things don't happen the way that you feel it should and you just got to breathe and go like, okay. So my latest tagline has been God today, God tomorrow. Like
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly believe and I trust him. So if it doesn't happen right now, that doesn't mean it
Mhm.
won't happen. It may take some time. So then
Yeah.
learning how to have patience and diving into all that stuff. So
Yeah.
that's things that I constantly have to remind myself because we live in a fast-paced world and everybody wants things
Mhm.
microwave fast, but
Mhm.
God doesn't always operate that way.
Yeah.
Sometimes things take time to grow. So just
Yeah.
learning that and allowing that to resonate has helped out big time.
Yeah, and I hear your emotions change in your music. So it's so good to have someone authentic that's putting out music that can minister to us. And, just going back through your catalog this week, getting ready for this conversation, man, I mean, I ran across bangers like Forever Love, Like a
Mm,
Cadillac, Trust God, Father, I Trust You, It's Over. And the thing that stands out is that they all are different. You
mm.
got gritty hip hop, you got chopped and screwed, you got worship music, you got funk, you got reggaeton. Like it's an amazing blend. How much fun are you having with the new project?
Oh, run the funk back for a
Run
good
the
time,
funk
baby.
back.
That's where it's back. That's where it's at. I mean, to me, that is where it's at. I love the style of music. Funk is definitely one of my favorite genres and styles of music. So it's been cool. It's been cool to write records like Good Time and the Funk and
Yeah.
obviously run it back. So that's how I tied in the whole album title
Hmm.
that I really wanted to showcase those three records and kind of create something funky, for people to listen to. So
Yeah.
I'm having a good time, man. I think this new album definitely represents where I'm at, as a believer, as a father,
Hmm.
as a husband, as a sports junkie, bringing
Yeah.
back Game Changer, and then as a worshiper, man. It's been really cool to re-bring back to, the marketplace Breathe, which was one of the records that, kind of separated me from the pack back then
Yeah.
and started me on the whole hip hop worship journey. So yeah, having a good time, man, letting my art represent the life, you know what I mean, that I'm living.
Yeah. And what's been really cool about this new project is that so many people are doing the dance challenge to run it back.
Hmm.
How's that been for you to see all those people getting involved and getting engaged with the music?
I love to see people smile, man. It's a beautiful thing. Whether I go to the grocery store or the gas station or church house or, mom and them, I'm like, hey, I want to see people having a good time. Smiling and having a good time is where it's at to me. So the joy of the Lord is my strength. So watching people, use their gift and dance, man, it's been cool. And more is to come. It's fun. I like being able to see people engage into the music and relax and have a good time. I think that Christian music oftentimes has a bad rep and it's too uptight and too stuffy and too, gonna push this message down your throat versus, hey man, we're here to have a good time. I've got the greatest message ever told. I gotta share it with you.
Hmm.
But if I don't grip your heart for you to pay attention, you're not gonna listen. So,
Hmm.
just being slick with the bait is my latest MO, man. Just paying attention to where we at and the pulse of the culture. So
Hmm.
dance moves is where it's at. Anybody that can get down, man, because I can't. I can do the two step. That's why I say I can two step on the beat. That's about it though.
When you go all the way back, right, to your early hip hop days, right, when you went by Raw Servant, what are some things that you took away from the artist Raw Servant to who Eddy Puyol is now?
Oh man, I think that Raw Servant was um well, it still is my mantra, just like how I am. I'm
Yeah.
just raw. What you see is what you get. Like it's, not a facade, it's not a makeup. Like, now this is really me, you know what I mean? I really love God, really love people, really
Hmm.
love music. So when I came up with the tag with the artist name Raw Servant, it was really a mirror of my character.
Okay.
I'm raw by nature. What you see is what you get, and sometimes, what comes out of my mouth is going to be, raw like that too. You know what I mean? Where there's not gonna be no filters, no additives. I'm gonna give it to you straight. So I dedicated my life to the Lord and say I was going to serve Him and people that same way. So that's how
Hmm.
Raw Servant came about. So I think Eddy Puyol is just, more polished, older, mature
Yeah.
version of that. You know what I mean? I still
Yeah.
have the rawness, 100% still dedicated to serve Him, and people. But I've
Hmm.
also realized that sometimes people don't want to hear it,
Yeah.
So sometimes people don't
Yeah.
want to hear it. I don't gotta be so,
Hmm.
in your face with it. I could
Hmm.
calm down a little bit, still communicate my message with the boldness that I have, the courage I have, the fire I have, but maybe reach you through the Cadillac record or through the Bang Bang record or
Yeah.
through the Good Time record. You know what I mean? That'll lead you to the Trust God record, to the
Yeah.
Father I Trust Your record, which is ultimately my theme,
Yeah. You're one of the first Christian artists that I feel has made a complete album for the family. I go
Mm,
back and I look at the visuals you did at Thanksgiving, right? Like the
right,
whole family
right.
at the table. It was like, okay, you got your next generation, your older generation, your first generation. Like
Right.
everybody can vibe to the music, and then you make something for the father, you make something for the mother, you make something for the kids, you make
Hmm.
something for the wedding party. Like you just do all inclusive music, and it's just so refreshing. And we're so happy to have you in this space, especially because of your dedication to the word and to the Lord. Um, it doesn't go without saying that a servant's heart is reflected more so than the music, because you could be
Hmm.
somebody else completely in the music and be somebody else
Right,
outside of it. But when
right.
I meet with you and talk with you, I get this raw heart of God, that you love Him to no end, and that's the great thing I think that carries the music and the message along with who you are.
Yeah, and still serving them, even
Yeah.
even in multiple fashions. Like people always talk about, well, you know, are you into the music full time? Like this is all you do? And I go, man, that's just a part of me. Like
Hmm.
that's just one tool in my toolbox, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But home is my first ministry. And then because I love my kids and love being with them, I started coaching them in basketball. And then one
Yeah.
thing led to another. All of a sudden, I found out like I really love coaching. Well, that brought me back from, when I was on the sideline with my old man and he was
Yeah.
coaching my brother. and watching my brother go from Pee Wee and Pop Warner days all the way up to D1, a collegiate career at UConn and being the
Yeah.
starting kicker over there and kind of even back then, allowing my art to mirror my life. He was involved with the sports world, so was I. So I was writing
Hmm.
records for him, so that he had soundtracks to jam, you know what I mean, before, after, during, all of it in the games, the whole nine, like this mantra, mindset. So I came up with Game Changer and
Hmm.
Ice and tons of records, man, that he definitely benefited from, and so did I, because that's popping off on ESPN and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
really helped Christian artists tap into, hey, there's a sync world out there that
Hmm.
is waiting for us because we don't have any explicit lyrics. We're able
Hmm.
to give you some music that is straight ready to go.
Hmm.
So anyways, it's been cool, and now I'm finding myself coaching even more in basketball and finding my love for that. That I'm involved at a school. I'm
Yeah.
coaching at the King's Academy, which is a dope private Christian private Christian school here.
Hmm.
I was going to say preschool because we have one as well. I mean, there's
Hmm.
multiple things going on. It's neat to be able to
Hmm.
still be here, be relevant, and allow my art and life to mirror and marry in so many different ways.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think we had a conversation too about being car enthusiasts. And
Hmm.
when I saw the visuals for Run It Back, I was like, oh man, I remember being there, seeing all those cars lined up at Flavor Fest. Didn't know
Oh
you were
yeah.
shooting a music video, otherwise I would have jumped in it. But how much fun was that?
Oh, the story just in getting it was dope. I reached out to my right hand man, Pastor Tommy.
Yeah.
I said, Urban D, what you got, man? Who do you know that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that
Yeah.
has a Chevy and a Lac? I need at least one of each. So he said, all right, well, I got this guy, this guy. So we just started,
Mhm.
linking with everybody and putting it together. And one thing led to another. We had a whole army. We even had, friends of ours from the church that actually helped build a church and did all the remodeling in there, bring out their F-350s. Another one that goes to the church there who has a whole movement that he does rims, Underground Rim King. He brought his F650 and a
Mm,
fleet of other cars. I had a Cadillac, had the Lac. It was, we had the people. We was ready to have a good
yeah.
time. So,
Yeah.
and then having my wife, my friends, and Pastor Tommy in the video, dude, that was all that and then some.
Yeah. No, that's really, really cool. Yeah, when I came outside and I saw all the cars, I was just like, oh man, this feels like Atlanta. No, but it was really cool. It was really cool to see all of that happening like right there. I think we even had conversations about some of the cars because I have a 69 Camaro and you had a
Mm.
Camaro out there that I was just in love with.
Yeah, that thing is
Yeah.
burnt orange and fire hot.
Yeah. Do you have any yourself?
I actually don't. I live vicariously through others, but
Okay.
when I get a house that has a garage that I can put my Cadillac,
Yeah.
DeVille, sitting pretty with some big white walls,
Yeah.
baby blue white leather interior, I'll let you know.
Woo! That sounds nice. That sounds really nice. What's some advice that you would give to young artists out there that see have watched your career, or maybe just now learning about your career, and they see the success you've had, they see the progression, and they see that there's different ways to make music that people can enjoy outside of just a regular boom bang hip hop or the regular R&B songs or the gospel music or the country rock or the CCM. What's some advice that you would give to that person's creative style?
So bet on yourself and do
Mm,
things that resonate with you.
yeah,
When you
that's
do
good.
that, you're gonna win. You know what I mean? Because God made you to be uniquely you, and there ain't nobody else that could be you but you. So, be the best you can be, and the things that God is steering in your heart to do it.
That's good. That's good. So let's talk a little bit about your reality TV show days. Um,
So, so that was a trip. Rapzilla called me and said, "Hey,
yeah.
man, you got a girl?" I go, why? Is somebody after me? She goes, Phil from Rapzilla. We talking about Philip Rube, man. Shout out
Yeah.
to Big Boy. What's happening? Anyways, he calls me and I go, nah, man, I'm single. He goes, bro, I'm having a hard time finding, Christian artists that are single right now for this reality show that Trump's putting together. And, he's looking for Christian artists. And I go, wait, who and what? So, anyways, got a hold of all that, submitted my name in the hat. They picked me, and I get on the show, and I find out it's Omarosa that we're vying for her love. Didn't know who she was, but when
Mm.
I sat with her, I said, "Hey, man, I'm in love with Jesus. That's off top." And I was kicked off for the episode that same night.
Yeah. Wow.
But my purpose for being on the show was to show, Christian dudes how, they could approach dating and just be you, man. Just, if you're not trying to impress the person to fall in love with somebody that you're not, you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
if this is who you are, showcase who you are. And if they dig it, they're gonna rock with you. If not, they're not gonna
Mhm.
rock with you and keep on moving.
Right. 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 From this project, would you say that this is the best work that you've done?
Oh, uh, I always have a hard time comparing,
Mm.
because it's different uh mind like a different mindset that I'm in when I'm writing and creating.
Yeah.
But I will say that I love this body of work. I think
Hmm.
that this new album, Run the Funk Back for a Good Time, is just that.
Hmm.
It is a good time. It definitely represents me. As a snapshot of an artist. If you press
Hmm.
play, like, yo, that's Eddie. You're
Hmm.
gonna get Eddie out of it from go. Like right when you press play, you're gonna hear, the fun,
Hmm.
you're gonna hear the funk, you're gonna hear the good times, you're gonna hear my Cuban, Hispanic heritage, you're gonna, find my
Hmm.
love for the sports world and the love for the father. So
Yeah.
yeah, this is definitely a blend, you know what I mean? And all of it's intertwined, bro. I talk about all of it. I talk
Hmm.
about life. I talk about love, records from a
Hmm.
wife on there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I shout out my kids.
Yeah.
So dad swag, how I shine. Kids straight, wife to die,
Yeah.
money good, no crime. Like, represent it,
Mm.
share it, dude. Like let it be known. I'm really that guy, you know what I mean?
Hmm. Is there a favorite song that you've picked from the album that you like to perform live or just like in general?
Well, El Shaddai always goes. That one continues to rock.
Hmm.
Man, that one always has the crowd going and singing along. So that
Yeah.
one would definitely be the go-to. But I'm having fun with good time. I love it.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their hands in the air and they just having a good time. And run it back since it's the newest of the new, that is extra swaggy, bro. So I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to bringing that sauce to the CHH world and beyond, man. I think that record, has an opportunity to land on everybody's playlist for the barbecue and the weddings and,
Hmm.
dance parties and just good times, in general. So,
Hmm.
and of course, Breathe Again. I just rocked that a couple Sundays ago at a buddy of mine's church, and man,
Okay.
does that go! It still goes so well. It's a hip hop worship record, so it's one of those that I was able to show back in the days
Yeah.
how we can coexist on a Sunday,
Hmm.
and we don't have to not be present on stage. Rappers can
Yeah.
actually be present on stage, so it
Yeah.
was great to see that that record is still able to do that and translate super well.
Right. Do you plan to go on tour with this record, or is it something you're just gonna do locally?
Spot dates, I'll definitely do some spot dates.
Hmm.
We step into the basketball season, man, so I'm knee
Yeah.
deep in that.
Yeah.
And I enjoy the home life. I
Yeah.
enjoy being with the wife and being with the kids.
Yeah.
So then we kind of hand select and pick the spots that we're going to go to and rock, and that's what we do. Listen, everybody's got the same amount of time. You just got to
Hmm.
divide it and figure out where you want to,
Hmm.
put it. So I just grab my pockets. I'm gonna devote this time, for the art, this
Yeah.
time for, the road, this time for the family, this time for the vacation. Like it's just compartmentalizing life.
Yeah.
That's the challenge as you get older.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a rapid fire with you, which is something I've never done before on the Independent Artist Spotlight. So this is new. This is
Kick
all
it.
about the album, though. Okay. Um, Name a song for mom.
Uh Run it back.
Okay. Name a song for dad.
Good time.
Name a song for the kids.
Game changer.
Name a song you would play for prison ministry.
It's over.
Mmm. Ah.
And
Yeah.
before we go,
Yep.
because I wholeheartedly believe that, the power of the mind is big.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say
Mm-hmm.
that's it. Like
That's
when you
it.
really get in your heart, like yo, it's over, like it's done. Like I'm over thinking this way, living this way, acting this way. Like you really get that in your heart, Brand, it's over. You make that statement, it's the mic drop, you know what I mean? So
Mm.
I would rock that and then I would get into this talk, you know what I mean? And really, you know, square you in the chest and in the mind and make you get on that grown man talk.
Yeah. What's next for you? What do you see happening in the next 2 to 3 years with your music?
Well, I'm excited to find more young Eddies and
Ah, okay.
be able to pass the baton on and allow the young bucks to run the race. You know what I
Okay.
mean? I have so many things going on, just personal, you know, standpoint and just being the head of the household
Hmm.
and locking arms with my wife. We're doing, tons of different things in the business world. And so
Hmm.
there's a lot of stuff going on. And then coaching has really gripped my heart, man.
Oh,
I
that's good.
love coaching basketball.
That's
So,
good.
I'm still Eddie. I'm still gonna do me, you know what I mean? And I'm still gonna pop in and share my little song I gotta do and keep on going, with life. But passionate about allowing this art to continue to grow,
Hmm.
and find more people like you and I, you know,
Hmm.
the younger versions of you and I, you know what I mean, to spark their generation and keep it moving.
Okay, got you, got you. Eddie, tell everybody where they can find you on social media, how they can connect with you, and how they can support your music going forward.
EddyPuyol.com. That's EDDY. P as in Paul, UYOL. Yes, it is my official name. That is really what mom and dad call me and named me. You know what I mean? So you can find me on all the socials, of course, hanging out with the track stars on a regular. You can
Yeah,
catch me on the station doing my thing and connecting with them as well.
absolutely, because we're gonna run it back on Friday.
Hey, bang,
Urban
bang.
Culture Radio. Shout out to them. Shout out to them. All right. Well, listen, you heard, man, a great interview, solid communication with my brother Eddie. We've been building outside of Track Stars for a long time, just having good conversations on the gram and over text messages. And I love him to death. And I'm so glad you had a chance to hear his heart today and what he's about and his music. And I hope you'll go out, you'll like, subscribe, and do everything that you can to support his ministry. This is your man, Ryan Righteous, in the Independent Artist Spotlight, and we out. Peace.